Damn. Okay. All right, here we go. Matter of fact, there is one other thing that I need to do. Hold on, let me do this too. Where we are here. QuickTime Player. Who knows? That might work. Zoom. We're gonna try to do this through Zoom here, and then I'm gonna share my screen because this is acting kind of weak. All right, I'm what is it called? Oh yeah, okay. All right, no big deal. Right there. Okay, that's that. Bro, that's weak. All right. Okay, all this, gotta get this stuff out the way. Come on. It's 9:01. Okay. Right there. Boom. Okay. Boom. Okay, we're about to get this thing jumping. Okay. Page. What the? Okay, no problem. All right, to do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, for those who are in right now, understand that this is a biblical debate pertaining to who the Messiah is in the Bible. Okay. All right. There was somebody that was talking kind of crazy. Brother T. Figs Crane. And all we're looking to do is to get down to the bottom of the matter. Let's see here. Okay. So what we're going to do now here. Got that corrected. That. What we got? Okay. Got it. All right. Hey, there we go. Okay. Make this quick, man. Okay. I'll send me another one. Okay, it's gonna take a second. All right. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is simply share the screen. Okay. Ellis in the building, what up? Okay, where the... Okay. I have to send it again. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we got. 158. Okay. Okay, here we go. What we got here? Blah, blah, blah. All right, shoot. Lord willing, this don't try to give an echo. Let me know if there's an echo or anything like that. All right, bet. Here we go. Okay, so as soon as I get this, brothers, as soon as I get your email, then I'm gonna add you to the Zoom call. So just send it to me in Messenger. What up, Mill? Let's see what we got here. Bet. All right. Oop, wrong thing. Okay. Okay, so I just sent it to you. And yeah, Emil, it's not even, I'm not even seeing an area and where I can even invite this brother right here. I did about everything on here. Let me see here. Let me try something else real quick. And brother, test me on Facebook as soon as you jump in. 'Cause I'm doing like 4 things at the same time to try to get this jumping. I bet. Bet. All right, you in here? Okay, cool. Shalom, brother.
Shalom, can you hear me?
Yeah. All right. So, real quick. So, let me do this here. Brother Greg in the building.
Shalom, can you hear me? Yeah.
All right. So,
real quick. So, let me do this here.
there's a heavy echo in the background.
Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. So. Yeah, it's probably my mic. I'm muted.
Okay. All right. No problem. Let me see here. So, I mean, that might be on. Hold up. What's this? Okay, so that might be on a cell phone, but I'm on my laptop right now, so it's working a little bit different. But it's really easy to do it if I'm on my cell phone. You can hear an echo? All right, bet. So what I'm gonna do here is, can I mute my cell phone here? Let me see if I can mute myself. And we should be. All right. You still watching you still on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on both Zoom and Facebook. I guess I need to mute the Facebook.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute. Well, no, just mute the.
Let me see. All right.
No, keep the Facebook going. Matter of fact, yeah, mute Facebook. That's good.
Yeah, I'm on both Zoom and Facebook. I guess I need to mute the Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna mute. But no, just mute the. No, keep the Facebook going. Matter of fact, yeah, mute Facebook.
Okay, so is there still an echo? Y'all might have still already heard that, but is there echo now? Can you hear it?
Nah, I got the Zoom muted, so I guess when I mute the Zoom, there's no echo.
I bet. Oh shoot! Hold up, there's still an echo going. So let me do this here. So I'm muting myself on here. So I might have to. Can't hear one. Can't hear one. So more than likely you can't hear. Huh. Wait, try to say something real quick. And let me see if they can hear you.
And let me see if they can hear you.
Shalom, shalom.
Could y'all hear that? I need some feedback. Could y'all hear that? The brother said shalom, shalom twice about 20 to 30 seconds ago. Okay, if we ain't getting feedback like that, then we're just gonna get this jumping on Zoom. I'm screen recording right now, so we can just post it to whichever site we choose later. But I just started screen recording about 15 seconds ago. All right, but it's already 9:15, so we can just do our openings real quick. You can hear them, Mill? All right, bet. So we should be straight. I bet. So I pose this challenge, so I think it's only appropriate that I go first. Is that cool? I bet. So what we're gonna do here?
You got the floor. Like I told you in the messages, man. It could be just me rebutting. We can go back and forth.
What we're gonna do here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna set my timer on 10 minutes. All right. Matter of fact, pardon me. We're gonna do our opening real quick. So I'm gonna just do a 1 minute opening. Okay. Then I'm gonna let you do your opening so you can set out your premise. Very basic like that. We ain't gotta pull out no scriptures or anything like that yet. But we're gonna be doing 10-minute rounds each, 2 rounds each, and then we're gonna do our back and forth. That's gonna be 10 minutes each for a cross-examination. Okay. So here we go. Gonna share this real fast. Okay. Here we go. All right, so round 1. So I'm going to start my argument stating that the word Messiah can be applied to multiple people. In regard to the Messiah, as this debate calls to confirm, he would have had to either come already or be on his way. All right. So if he's already came, he would have had to fulfill the prophecies pertaining to his death. If we can see that in the scripture pertaining to anybody else in the Bible, then that would be a viable answer for who the Messiah is. Okay. But I'm going to start this out by going into prophecies concerning the death of the Messiah. And I would hope that you're going to have a rebuttal pertaining to the same. But you bring out whatever you're going to bring out. Okay. Obviously, I'm sure you already know my stance. The Messiah is Yahsua. Okay. So that's the end of my closing. You can go ahead. Oh, sorry. That's the end of my opening. You can go into your opening. Just a quick summary of what you're about to go into, and let the people know who you are.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry. That's the end of my opening. You can go into your opening.
All right. Well, first of all, some of what you said about the Messiah, are you going to prove the Messiah's death through the Messiah's death? Well, first of all, is going to be interesting. I'm going to prove, 1, King David is the Messiah. 2, I'm going to prove that God is not the Messiah per prophecy. Interesting. I'm going to prove, 1, King David is the Messiah. 2, I'm going to prove that God is not the Messiah.
I know there's still a heavy echo.
I'm going to prove that the Messiah has sinned, thus disqualifying your Yahweh, who was sinless.
I know there's still.
Yeah, cool. Was that the end of your was that the end of your opening?
Yes, that's the end of the opening. Because once it proves that the Messiah has sinned, disqualifies you a Yahweh. You have no leg to stand on.
All right, for sure. So you about to prove that Yahweh sinned?
No, I am about to prove that Ezekiel said the Messiah would make atonement for himself and for all of Israel. And if that is true, and if the words of Ezekiel the prophet is true, then Yahweh cannot be the Messiah per the prophecy of Ezekiel.
All right, no doubt. That sounds like a plan. All right, so we're going to go straight into it. So we're going to pull up Ecclesiasticus, all right, 49 and 5.
And I'm going to also prove that King David said that he will be raised up.
All right, good. For sure. All right, brother. So, hey, forgive me because, hey, this is my first time on Facebook in a cool minute. Definitely my first time on Facebook when it comes to going live on my laptop. So, again, bear with us here, okay? I'm not seeing any area to share my screen. It is what it is. I don't give a flip. All right, we're about to go straight into Ecclesiasticus 49 and 4, okay? So, all except David. So, pardon me. Let me set this timer real quick, all right? Wake me up in 10 minutes. Ecclesiasticus 49 and 4. All except David and Ezekias and Josias were defective, for they forsook the law of the Most High. Even the kings of Judah failed. Therefore he gave their power unto others and their glory to a strange nation. So look here. So you're gonna have to pick one. And it says right here, David, Ezekias, and Josias were defective. Okay? So it's either all of them are the Messiah or one of them is the Messiah. All right? We're going to go to Genesis, the 22nd chapter and the 7th verse. All right? This is a prophecy pertaining to this prophecy pertaining to Yahweh. Okay? We'll see if this actually happened to King David. All right? So Genesis 22 and 7. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father and said, My father. And he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for a burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went, both of them, together. Now, pertaining to the burnt offering and the lamb, that's obviously talking about Yahweh. Okay? And we'll see that moving forward here. We're going to go to Zechariah 13 and 8, because you might be asking yourself, Yahweh wasn't a literal burnt offering. He wasn't burnt on a stake. Let's go to Zechariah 13 and 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part, or the third, shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, It is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my God. So the elect of the Most High God, specifically the 1/3 right here, are being likened unto gold being tried in the fire. Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. So again, you have men, righteous men, elect men being likened unto gold, or precious metals being brought through the fire. This is analogous to Yahweh being killed on the cross, okay? Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, Psalm 22 and 16. I want to know right here if King David fits this prophecy, okay? For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. I want to know if King David ever had his hands pierced and his feet pierced. I may tell all my bones, they look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them, and cast lots upon my vesture. I want to know when that happened to King David. If you can't prove that's King David, then you have no argument, no room to stand to say that he is the Messiah. King David has already come. If he's the Messiah, he's supposed to be coming again a second time. Not a third time, not a fourth time. He's not going to be coming a second time to die again. And all this stuff happened to him. Isaiah 11 and 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar. These are just numerous nations in which the nation of Israel is going to be scattered. And from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel and gather them, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the corners of the earth. Now I want to know if David has done that or if David is going to do that whenever he returns. Is he the root of Jesse pertaining to the scriptures? I want to know that. One more prophecy we're going to go into, and then I'm going to give up the rest of my time for this round. Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bozrah? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. So this person that comes from Edom, his garments are looked like they've been drenched in wine. Okay? I have trodden the winepress alone, and the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So if you try to say that King David did this already, I want to know if he did this a second time, okay? When did this happen? Whenever he was on the throne initially, or whenever he returns? When is this going to happen? Pick one, please, brother. All right. And with that, matter of fact, hold up, pardon me. Let me look. I got 4 minutes left. I'm going to go into one more. Of course, we're going to go into Isaiah, the 53rd chapter and the first verse. Who has believed our message? To whom has Yahweh revealed his powerful arm? My servant grew up in Yahweh's presence like a tender green shoot, like a root in dry ground. There was nothing beautiful or majestic about his appearance, nothing to attract us to him. He was despised and rejected, a man of sorrows, acquainted with deepest grief. We turned our backs on him and looked the other way. He was despised, and we did not care. This is in the NLT, just in case, all right? So, of course, the nation of Israel, particularly the nation or the tribe of Judah, did not turn their back on King David, okay? That's plain. When it says that, what is it here? There was nothing beautiful or majestic about his appearance. King David is likened unto a man that was beautiful or had a bright countenance, okay? So this couldn't fit him. All right, so I'm gonna drop right there. You got the, y'all drop my time right here, and you can pick up from here. You can start your 10 minutes.
All right, shalom. I showed you already David smiting Moabites. I showed you David smiting Edom. You agreed to those things. Now, you never did show me when Christ did those things to Edom, when Christ did those things to the Moabites. Now, is it supposed to happen in the future with Christ? Okay. If it's supposed to happen in the future with Christ, it could happen in the future with King David. Now let's go and see what the Most High said about King David. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 30. Okay? Chapter 30 and 9. Right? What does he say in verse 9? But they shall serve the Lord, not Yahsua, the Most High, shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up to them. Right? Now, that's just one of many, because the way I do things is Deuteronomy 19 and 15. What does it say? Prove all things by 2 or 3 witnesses to establish the matter. So that's one witness saying that he's going to raise up David. Now let's go see what David said himself. Let's go to Psalm 16 and 10. Right? What does David say himself? For thou would not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. Now, we both know that the word for soul is nefesh, right? But right here, the word for soul is napsi. What does napsi mean? Napsi means my soul, first person singular. That is an imperfect verb qual stem form, which means that it's in the future happening, which means that David is telling you right here, the Most High is going to raise me up. That's 2 witnesses. That's not a prophecy of Christ, because it's first person singular. Okay? Even in the English grammar and even in the Hebrew grammar. That's lie number 1 that y'all tell. Let's go to Psalms 49 and 15. What do we have there? The same word, not see. Right? Because nafesh just means soul. So whose soul? Your soul? My soul? His soul. So the Hebrew text is telling us right here, not see, my soul, the speaker's soul, David's soul. David's telling you that his soul is going to be raised up. Now, we're going to end this debate so it doesn't be anything else more. I don't need the whole entire hour. We're going to go to Ezekiel, okay? Go to Ezekiel. Let me see here. Let me get Ezekiel up real quick. We're going to go to Ezekiel, the 34th chapter, verse 24. And I, the Lord, will be their God, and my servant, Yahsua. No, my servant, Yehoshua. No, my servant, David, a prince. Among them, I, the Lord, have spoken it. A prince, right? So remember right here, Ezekiel 34 and 24, he says that David, a prince. Now let's go to Ezekiel chapter 45. Let's see what this prince is going to do. Chapter 45, verse 22. And upon that day shall the who? The prince. The who? The prince. Prepare for himself and all the people of the land a sin offering. Well, I'll be damned. I thought Yehoshua was sinless. Right? Right? You just seen the Most High tell you that David was the prince. You just seen why he says the prince is going to do what? A sin offering. For who? Himself and all of Israel. Right? Now, you guys will go into Daniel chapter 9. You will say that the prince, the Messiah, is also, that's the Messiah. Number 2, the Messiah is the prince. Okay, I agree with you. But he told you that the prince was King David. He didn't tell you the prince was Yahweh. He said the prince was King David, not once, but twice. Deuteronomy 19:15. My matter is established.
That's it?
And it's established with name. He mentioned David's name. He doesn't mention Yahweh.
Okay.
He doesn't mention anybody else's name. He mentions David's name. And I could go on and on and on and on and on, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't need to, because now you need to prove how your Yahweh is that prince that's going to prepare for himself and all the people a sin offering. Unless you deny Ezekiel chapters 43 through chapters 46 is the prophecy of the future kingdom to come. If you deny that, maybe you have something that you can prove. But if you accept that, then you must accept that the prince, aka the Messiah, is going to make a sin offering for himself and all the people.
Okay.
But Yahweh was sinless. You got it.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, if you're familiar with the law, matter of fact, pardon me, and man, shoot, I mean, are you sure you don't want to use up any more of that 10 minutes? Cause I mean, you only use 6 minutes. Cause you're gonna need it, bro.
All right. So since you brought up the law, okay, we'll go to Exodus chapter 30. We'll say because the Messiah means anointed, right?
Mhm.
And according to your half of the book in Luke chapter, I think it's 16 and 17. What does he say? It's easier for the world to pass away than the law, the Torah,
Mhm.
right? Now, what does Exodus 30 say about the anointed oil? Right? What does he say in Exodus chapter 30, verses 23 through 33?
Let me get to it. Exodus. You said 23.
Now, verse 23. Take thou also the principal spices of pure myrrh, 500 shekels, and sweet cinnamon, half so much, even 250 shekels of sweet calamus, and 250 shekels, and of cassia, 500 shekels, even after the shekel of the sanctuary, and of the oil, olive, and hin. And there shall make an oil of holy anointment, an anointment compound, after the art of the apocryphy or the perfumer. It shall be a holy anointing oil. And thou shalt anoint the tabernacle, the congregation therewith, the ark of the testimony, and the table and all the vessels, and the candlestick and his vessels, and the altar of the burnt offering and all the vessels, and the laver and of his foot. And thou shalt sanctify them, that they will be most holy. Whatsoever toucheth, they shall be holy. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, this shall this be an anointing, holy anointing oil unto me throughout your generations. Now, the essence of the word Mashiach means anointed. So, when was Christ anointed? I can show you in 1 Samuel, David being anointed according to the law that your book says in Luke 16:17, that it's easier for heaven and earth to pass away than the law. So show me when Christ was anointed. Show me Christ fulfilling Ezekiel 45 and 22.
I got you. So I'm going to let me stop the time. I bet. So keep it a buck, bro. I don't know why.
You have the floor.
You appreciate it, bro. I don't know why. You even tried to. That's crazy. So if you're familiar with the actual law, like the Levitical law, you should understand that every single sin offering is not a literal sin. Okay. So let me pull this up real quick. And pardon me, let me pull this up. All right.
We're not talking about sin offerings. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about the Messiah. When I brought out,
bro. I didn't cut you off, brother.
I said nothing about sin offerings.
I didn't cut you off, but you did say that Yahushua sinned. Okay, you said the Messiah is going to sin. He's going to have to be a sin offering. Is that correct? The Messiah is going to have to be a sin offering. Is that correct?
Ezekiel 45 and 22. What does it say? You read it out for the people, then you tell me what it says.
He said Ezekiel 45 and 22.
Yes. Does it not say that that prince is going to make a sin offering for himself? And then explain to me what the word himself means.
And upon that day shall the prince prepare for himself and for all the people of the land a bullock for a sin offering. In 7 days of the feast he shall prepare a burnt offering. This pertaining to the Levitical priesthood. This is not talking about Yahushua, because matter of fact, let's go here. I want you to tell me what this means. Okay, let's go to Jeremiah 33.
No, it's not, brother. You didn't read it again. That is the kingdom of heaven.
I'm about to
read it from the beginning.
If it's the kingdom of heaven, then explain this. If it's the kingdom of heaven, explain this. All right. So Jeremiah 33. Let me go here. Oh, pardon me. not 33, but 30. Yeah, 31 and 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after
Let
those
me ask
days.
you a question, then you
saith
can
Yahweh.
go ahead to Jeremiah 33.
You said what? Hold up, brother. Okay, I'm about to read this real quick, okay? Because I already told you this is pertaining to the Levitical priesthood. You have my answer. I'm going to go to a.
So let me ask you a question real quick, and then you can go to Jeremiah 33.
Okay, what's your question?
It's a delay. It's a delay. That's why I'm saying.
But do you hear? Where you get dropped off or something? You right there. Okay. Yo, what's your question? You on mute.
No. I can hear. I just muted my mic.
Okay. Yeah. What's the question? What's your question?
The question is, did you so?
Okay. Yeah, what's the question?
So the question is that so you do not agree that Ezekiel chapters 43 through 46 is a prophecy of the kingdom when he talks about how the cubits of everything.
That's pertaining to the Levitical priesthood. In regards to the cubits and whatnot and the building of the temple, that's not pertaining to Yahushua. That's pertaining to the Levitical priesthood. And again, we can confirm that because in Jeremiah 31 and 33, it says, "But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh, for they shall all know me from the least of them unto the greatest of them." So they're not, pardon me, let me keep on reading. "I will forgive their iniquity and will remember their sin no more." Okay? So there's not going to be any more sin in the kingdom of heaven pertaining to the Israelites. Okay? How much more the king? All right? And if this is talking about Yahushua, you must be saying that David is transgressing the law. That's something you're going to need to explain. You're going to have to say that David is prophesied to sin in the kingdom of heaven. Like, is that what you're saying? But nonetheless, let me get to my second round real quick, and then we have a cross-examination, so you can ask me all the questions you need to for 10 minutes, and then I'm going to ask you all the questions that I need to for 10 minutes. Okay?
No, what I am saying is this right here. What I am saying is that when Ezra and them came out of Babylon, the same thing is going to happen again. They made atonement for their sin and for everybody's sin. That is not the Levitical priesthood. You have been taught wrong, and you're being showed that it's not the Levitical priesthood. Okay, there's nothing new under the sun. The same thing that happened when we came out of Babylon is going to be the same thing that we do again when we come out of this captivity. It's clear as day that Prince is going to make atonement. What did Ezra and them do when they came out of Babylon? They made atonement. They dedicated the temple. They made atonement. We're going to build the temple. We're going to dedicate it, and the Messiah is going to make atonement for his sin in Israel. There's nothing new under the sun. It's plain as day, plain as day.
Bro, I'm not sure if you heard me, but I just said this is pertaining to the Levitical priesthood. Okay? Now, I'm going to get into my round. All right, brother? Okay? So, I'm going to set this alarm for 10 minutes.
I heard you say that you say that it pertains to Leviticus priesthood.
Yes.
But that's not what the scripture's saying. Ezra was Leviticus priesthood. Zechariah, son of Jehoshaphat,
real quick, bro, you're doing too much. I'm going to get into my round, and you can save it for the cross-examination. Is that okay with you?
Make atonement for himself in Israel. When they came out of Egypt with Moses, what did he do? The exact same thing. When they came out of Babylon, what did they do? The exact same thing. Now you're saying that they made something new, and he sent the man to die for their sins. The Most High didn't make nothing new.
All right, no doubt. You got it. All right, but again, I'm about to go into this next round real quick. So here we go. Let's see here. And I'm going to ask you about Numbers, the 9th chapter. Sorry, not Numbers, but Daniel, the 9th chapter during this cross-examination. So I hope you're ready for that, man. So let's go here. So 2 Samuel 7 and 12. You said King David is the Messiah. Okay, you said that, not me. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will, it says establish, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. This is a prophecy being given to King David about his seed. So you explain to me when this happened, and if this is also to King David, even though the Most High is speaking to his seed and not him literally.
Samuel
real quick, brother.
1 Samuel.
2 Samuel 7 and 12. All right. Now, real quick, brother, I'm about to get into this, okay? This is Numbers, the 24th chapter, and the 17th verse. We went over this during that chat that we had that initiated all this. You just mentioned the Moabites.
It's 1 Samuel 17 and 12. 1 Samuel.
Brother, I'm in the middle of the. You're gonna have to mute, okay? Please, brother, can you mute for me so I can finish this round, okay? All right, let's just do things decently in order, okay? Decently and in order. Numbers 24 and 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. Now, I would love for you to show me where King David destroyed all the children of Sheth. Or you could just say that King David's going to come back and destroy all the children of Sheth. That's fine. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly. That's going into the Messiah that's going to put the so-called white man in chains, in slavery, and destroy the Moabites. Okay? And all the other children of the that came out of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Look at this. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. I would love for you to show me whenever King David did this. This is Psalm 110 and 1. Yahweh said unto my Lord. So you went into the Hebrew earlier. The word right there, the Lord, at the beginning, is not Adawan. That's Yahweh or Jehovah, depending on which way you're rendering it. In the Hebrew, Yahweh said unto my Lord. This is a psalm of David. David is saying, Yahweh said unto my Lord. Who is the Lord of King David? I would love to know that. Sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Yahweh shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Okay? So, David has a Lord right there. So he could not be the Messiah. I would love to know who King David's Lord is. Okay? Daniel 7 and 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like unto the Son of Man. One like unto King David? No. One like unto the Son of Man. Came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days. Interesting. And they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. If this was King David, and it's not talking about his lineage, then it would just say King David. But it's not saying King David. It's saying one like to the Son of Man with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days. Who's the Ancient of Days? I would love to hear who that is. That's the Most High God, Yahweh, obviously. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. Should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. So this is the same Messiah, or the same kingdom, or the same king that was promised to King David in 2 Samuel, the 7th chapter. All right. Now we're going to go to Genesis, the 49th chapter, to wrap up this round here, right before I rebuttal a couple of your points. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be. So the scepter, interesting, man. Let's keep on going. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's colt unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine and his clothes in the blood of grapes. His eyes shall be red with wine and his teeth white with milk. Please let me know. Who is that pertaining to? Is that King David? And explain to me when he was binding his foal with unto the vine, pardon me, and he came in on an ass's colt. Explain that to me. Now, we're gonna go straight to where we at here. All right, pardon. We're gonna go straight into the law pertaining to, just to show that every single offering is not a sin offering. Okay. All right, where we at here? All right, here we go. All right. And look at this. Leviticus 15 and 25. And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation. She shall be unclean. This is pertaining to a woman on her flower or her period. Is that a sin? You tell me. Okay. The brother got dropped. Ain't no irrelevant, brother. That's far from irrelevant, because you're about to see, if this didn't drop, then you would have seen very plainly that an offering is going to be brought for. Let me see here. Is that Tiny? What up? Let me see here. Daggone, man. This brother right here, man. Yeah, hey, don't even trip, bro. Don't even trip. We're gonna chill. We're gonna take a brief intermission for 10 minutes because I ain't got Zoom Premium. I'm not paying for it. All right. So we're gonna take a brief intermission for 10 minutes. Okay, everybody get a snack, get your popcorn. All right. Because I'm about to serve this. I'm about to serve you up something proper, bro. Hey, and I know it dropped in Zoom. Don't worry about saying nothing in this chat. I don't want to see you put nothing in this chat. You defend it inside this debate. Whenever you get back on, you can say everything that you need to during the cross-examination. But you over here talking over me and doing this, that, the third, that's not going to work, okay? Just wait to get back in this Zoom call and we can get it jumping again, okay? Where we at here, man? Man, shoot. Daggone, man. Defending it. Brother, don't worry about defending anything. The debate it's not happening right now. Can do Discord. Matter of fact, that's probably a good idea. Hold up. I know I got the app. And I was about to hit you with that dagger, man. You got real lucky, man. You better thank the Most High for that one, man. You was about to get very, very ugly for you, man. Where we out here? But don't even worry. During this cross-examination, you're going to get all the time you need. Where we at here? I must have Discord on my... Alright, on the Mac. Alright. We ain't even going to trip. Let me do this here. Alright, here we go. What's happening, fam? LOL, read. You keep on talking about read. Brother, you can read it whenever it's your time. A butter knife. Okay, cute. Where we at here? All right, I must have to get this from online. So let me see if I can start this up yet. Nope, can't do it. Okay. All right, we got 6 more minutes. 6 more minutes. Six minutes, and we're gonna get it jumping right back up. Okay, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Matter of fact, hold up a second. Let's see if I can do this. Can I do this instead? Hold up. Hold up a second. Can I do this? Whoa, hold up a second. What? Brother, you must not, you have like a listening issue, bro. Because I told you, whenever the debate begins again, you'll be able to read it. Okay? You'll read it then. As soon as this 6, I believe, maybe 5 minutes up, then we're definitely going to be able to get right back on this Zoom call. And then we'll be able to, let me see here. Nope, not yet. 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, you'll be able to get back on this Zoom call, and then we'll be able to continue. Okay, I just said I'm not paying for Zoom Premium. Okay? Just wait, brother. Okay, and whenever we get this jumping, please stay muted, okay? Because that's messing up everything. All right? I hope you heard me. Like you have a reading comprehension, don't start throwing shade. Hey, brother, whenever I get into your Daniel 9 breakdown, we'll see who has a reading comprehension issue. And check this out. You called me dumb about 5 times during that little back and forth we had about Numbers the 24th chapter. So I want to see how many times you can call me dumb whenever you're trying to break this down. You don't have to pay for Zoom, fam. Okay, well, you tell Zoom that, okay? I can send you a screenshot of what I'm getting, whatever I'm trying to start up another. Like, you think I got to lie about this? Brother, don't worry. What we got here? New meeting. Look at that. Start your next meeting in 3 minutes. Your free meeting just ended. Please wait 3 minutes before starting a new meeting. Special offer. Skip the wait. I'm not skipping no wait for 10% off, all right? 3 minutes. You can wait 3 minutes, brother, okay? 3 minutes, all right? Man, oh man. I hope you're ready, man. Bruh ain't saying you lying. Calm down, fam. Well, I mean, daggone. I mean, you just said you don't have to pay for Zoom. I know you don't have to pay for Zoom, but I just said you have to pay for premium. I'm not doing that. Pardon me. What we got here? I'm ready to get up in this thing, man. I'm saying don't pay for it. Shake my head. All right, then you should have just said that. Don't pay for it. But I appreciate that good advice, brother, okay? That's some good advice. I'm not going to pay for premium. What we got? We got 2 minutes, okay? 120 seconds, all right? And I'm holding it right here. Man, bro. Okay. And I hope you wrote down some of the verses I brought up, man, so you can... Yes, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, everybody. 2 minutes. I hope you wrote down some of the verses that I brought up, man, so you'll be able to refute them, man. Because I do not plan on asking you about any of those verses during this cross-examination. As a matter of fact, I think the smartest thing to do here, yeah, I destroyed that Psalm 110:1. No, you didn't do that. You didn't even speak to Psalm 110:1. Can we go now? No. 1 minute. All right, bet. We got 60 seconds. All right. Roundabout. I think the most expedient thing to do is, because Zoom is because I'm not paying for premium, is do a Google Meets whenever your second round is over. Okay, so that'll be in around about, what is that? I'm about to, fam. Yeah, I'm about to, yeah. Okay, good, wonderful. So, yeah, I think the smartest thing to do would be do a Google Meets. All right, still 1 minute. All right. Keep on trying to reload it. Still saying 1 minute. Okay, no big deal. All right, we're gonna give it 30 seconds. If it's not running in 30 seconds, we're just gonna do Google Meets now, okay? And I'll send you an invite there. That probably should have been the first thing that we did. Let me do this here. Bet. All right, I'm gonna send this to you right now, bro. We're gonna do it just like this. I'll mute myself. Is that you? It's just me? Okay. All right. Yeah, forget about Zoom. We're dropping that. Let me know whenever you're in the Google Meets because I'm looking at this Facebook right now. Let me put this thing on the charger, man. You with me? Nope. All right. Okay, I just sent it to you. I bet. Is that you? Nah, okay. It's about to get real, man. It's about to get real. I'm just waiting on you, bro. Hold on. Matter of fact, let me do this here, just in case. If you're having an issue with that, I'm going to drop the link here. Hope you can use it. Okay, yeah, you should be able to use it. So, yeah, use that link to jump in here. You in there? Okay, bet. Where you at? I don't. Here we go. I bet. So, can you hear me?
Hey, Shalon, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I bet.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
All right, cool. All right. So, we're going to put 4 minutes back on there. I just lost 4 minutes. Wake me up in 4 minutes. Okay, so we're going to pick right back up. Again, you have some type of conflation issue with every sin offering pertaining to somebody actually sinning, okay? There's no sin in a woman being on her period, okay? All right, so you let me know if this is a sin, okay, brother? Let me know if this is a sin. All right. And on the 8th day, she shall take unto her 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her before Yahweh for an issue of her uncleanliness. So you can definitely show me a little bit later whenever the Bible or the law says a woman shall not have a period, or a woman that shall not, have a running issue. You let me know. All right. Nonetheless, We're gonna go into one more thing because I got into a majority of it. We're gonna go into one more thing because I don't want to leave anything unturned, any stones unturned. Where we at here? Where we at here? Beautiful. Okay, here we go. This is John 11, verse 2. There we go. So Matthew 26 and 7. There came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. Okay. So what does John 11 say? It was that Mary which anointed the Adawan, or the Lord, with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. It says it right there that Mary anointed the Adawan, or Yahushua. Okay? Now, obviously, Yahushua was not the high priest whenever he was walking on the earth. He was not the king when he was walking on the earth. You'd have to show me, you'd have to show me that these things happened to King David, though, pertaining to his death. All right? Now, one more thing. We're going to go to Isaiah 53, okay? Because for one reason or another, you're conflating these prophecies, okay? And I'm not trying to get on your head like that, brother, but I'm just giving you a normal observation, okay? Again, I'm going to read it again, brother, okay? Or matter of fact, I don't think I read this part. Isaiah 53 and 4. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet he did esteem himself stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. I would love you to just break that down for me and let me know whenever that happened, okay? Break that down and let me know who that's pertaining to, okay? Nonetheless, I'll drop the rest of my time, okay? And you got the rest of it, all right? You over here typing stuff in the chat, brother. I'm not looking at the chat. All right? Go ahead, man. You got it. Brother, are you still typing in the chat?
The chat is not for you. The chat is for other people, okay? The chat is not for you. Don't worry about the chat.
Understand this, brother. While we're having a debate, you over here conversating. You have all the time to speak whenever it's your round. You understand that?
Can y'all hear me?
Can you hear me? Brother, can you hear me? You said what?
I'm going to speak to you, but I'm also going to speak to the chat as well.
Real quick.
Okay. So you worry about what I bring out. Don't worry about what I say to the chat.
Wait, real quick.
Worry about what I'm gonna bring out. Now I'm fixing to go into Psalms 110 and 1, right?
Real quick.
You said
real quick, brother, real quick. So did you hear what I said just before that?
What did you say before that?
Okay. So you'll have all the time in the world to go into every point you need to during the debate, okay? But you over here typing all up in the chat. Brother, just go into what you need to during the debate.
Because I want the chat. I'm preparing for what my end. I'm putting what I'm fixing to say so the chat can go in and look in their Bible and their scriptures themselves.
Oh, you got it.
I don't want people to just hear what I'm saying and just go off of it. I want them to go look in their Bible and read it for themselves as well.
Beautiful.
So that's why I say, don't worry about what I put in the chat. Worry about what I'm fixing to rebuttal you.
For sure. That's noble, man. Go ahead. You got it.
Now, Psalms 110. You said, what is Psalms 110?
Pardon me. Real quick. I'm sorry. One more time. Real quick. I'm just going to set your time real quick, bro. Wake me up in 10 minutes. All right, go ahead.
All right, Psalms 110. The Lord said unto my Lord, sit thou at thy right hand until I make thy enemies thy footstool. Now, what did King Solomon say, right? Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 5, verse 3. Thou knowest that David, my father, could not build a house unto the name of the Lord his God, for the wars which were about him on every side, until the Lord put them under the soles of his feet. Now, If something is under the soles of my feet, does that not make it a footstool? Look up the definition of footstool. Like I said, Psalms 110 is easily destroyed. Now, who do we believe? Do we believe you and the liars say that this is a prophecy of Christ? Or do we believe King Solomon, who was the wisest man on earth and had a direct line to the Most High? He said that the Lord said that he was going to put David's enemies under his foot. Now, you asked the question was, now, whose Lord is this Lord? Whose Lord is that Lord? Okay, now let's go to 1 Samuel. No. 1 Chronicles 15 and 16. And David spake to the chief Levites to appoint their brethren as what? As singers. What did he appoint them as? Singers. So when you read in the book of Psalms, and it says, for the Lord said to my Lord, that's the Levites singing about their Lord, Master King David. Because he tells you right here that King David wrote Psalms, and then he appointed Levites as singers. So let's read the whole thing. And the children of, let's see here, 16. And David spoke to the chief of the Levites to appoint their brethren to be singers with instruments of music and psalteries and harps and cymbals, sounding by lifting up the voice with joy. So the Levites appointed Haman, the son of Joel, and his brethren Asaph, the son of Berechi, and the sons of Murray, the sons of Ethan, the sons of Cushai, and with their brethren in the second degree, Zechariah ben Zael, and name some more names, Odium and Joel as portals. So the singers, Heman, Asaph, and Ethan were appointed to sound with cymbals of brass. So when you ask in Psalms 110, who is David's Lord, that's your incorrect understanding, my brother. The correct understanding is that that's the Levites singing about their Lord, David, because David wrote Psalms in the third person about himself for the Levites to sing when the temple was built by his son. You don't have the understanding. That's why I say you were projecting. That's why I call y'all dumb, brother, because y'all take this right here that everything's Christ. Everything is Christ. Now, you will sit here and tell me that I am supposed to believe that this is supposed to be Christ when Solomon, the wisest man on earth, said it was his father. So who do you believe? You and the people who taught you that? Or do you believe King Solomon, the wisest man on earth? Now, you also said, I think it was Psalms 22, where he said, for dogs have compassed around about me. Now, let's go to Psalms 59, right? We're going to go to Psalms 59. Psalms 59, verse 6. They return at evening. They make a noise like a dog and go round about the city. Now, when David wrote this psalm, who was trying to kill him? Was it not King Saul trying to kill him when David wrote this psalm? That's the addressment of for the dogs for compass me. That's the addressment of Psalms 110 and 11. As you can see, Psalms 110 and 11, it clearly says in 1 Kings 5 and 3 that David was to put his enemies under the sole of his feet. Now, you also said Ezekiel 45 was the Levitical, right? But did you go read Ezekiel 45 and 1, the very beginning, where it says, moreover, ye shall divide by lot the land of inheritance. Ye shall offer an oblation unto the Lord, a holy portion, the land. And the length shall be 5 and 20,000 reeds, and the breadth shall be 10,000 cubits. This shall be holy, and all the borders thereof round about. So as you can see, this is talking about the holy district. It's not talking about no Levitical sacrifices. So when you bring up a woman in her menstrual period, it is completely irrelevant until the holy district. Okay? And then if you go to Ezekiel 45, verse 2, and this there shall be for the sanctuary 500 in length and 500 in breadth. Again, the Messiah will make atonement for himself and all of Israel. Psalms 110 is not Jesus. It is King David. as proof of 1 Kings 5:3. Now, what is your rebuttal on that?
So, okay, pardon me. Okay, so you ready to go into the rebuttal round?
Oh, you said one more thing too. You said Isaiah 53, right?
Yep.
So Isaiah 53 is Eleazar ben Maccabees. Okay, when you go to the book of 4th Maccabees, chapter 6 and 7, it completes Isaiah 53 verse by verse, even to the point where Eleazar ben Maccabees said, "Let these people sin follow me. Let my death be sufficed for their sin." And then he gave up the Holy Ghost. Word for word, 4th Maccabees, chapter 6 and chapter 7 fulfills Isaiah 53. The whole in chapter 7, the whole entire chapter, from verse 1 all the way down, is fulfilled in every verse of 4th Maccabees, chapter 6 and chapter 7, Eleazar ben Maccabees. Because what you fail to realize is in Isaiah 53 and 8, what does he say in Isaiah 53 and 8? He was taken, who shall declare his generation? Not the whole world, not everybody, but his generation. What is generation? That word for generation is the or. Revolution of time. That is age or generation. Evermore, generation, posterity. Those are all the possible meanings for that word, door. It's not Christ. And if it is Christ, do you mean to tell me Christ only died for his generation? That means he ain't died for you. You got the floor.
I bet. I appreciate it. So, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm shocked, but that's okay. All right. So we're gonna go into the rebuttal round. All right. And hey, you still got 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So if you want to say anything else, be my guest.
My matter has been established per the law, Deuteronomy 19 and 15. I have brought out 2 or more witnesses establishing that King David is the Messiah. King David will be raised up, and that the Messiah will have sin and make atonement for himself.
All right, beautiful. All right, so if that be the case, we're going to go into, I wanted to tackle Daniel 9th chapter because your breakdown was, I'm not going to lie. And brother, no hard feelings, we're both men here, so I'm sure we have thick skin. But that Daniel 9th, the 9th chapter breakdown, the 70 weeks, was completely atrocious and abominable. All right. Now
that's fine. You'll have to show.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Why you have to show who the prophecy was for.
Yeah.
And you have to deal with, because one thing that I left out of that video that I didn't leave, and I left it out on purpose. And when I bring that out, you're either gonna have to repent or stay in your idolatry.
All right, check this out. And you said who's gonna be the Messiah?
King David will be raised up and will be the Messiah.
Okay, so are you in idolatry?
No, I'm not in idolatry. I worship the Most High alone.
Okay, so I worship the Most High.
I don't give praises to nobody else. Do you give praises to Yahsua in the name of Yahsua?
Correct, but is that giving praise to the Most High?
So what does the Most High say? I am the Lord. I will not give my praises to anybody else. Praises is glory, right? Glory and praises to a deity. So when you give your praise, when you say all praises to the Most High in the name of Yahsua, you're giving the Most High's glory to the Yahsua as well. He already told you that he would not give his glory to another.
All right, no doubt. I got you. Don't even trip. So I'm going to ask you about something real quick. So break this down for me. And when David's young men came, they spake to Nabal according to all those words in the name of David and ceased. 1 Samuel 25 and 9. Can you break that down for me?
What's there to break down about it?
So they're speaking to these men in the name of King David. Are they doing idolatry or something like that?
They came in King David's name. I mean, if King David sent a messenger to do something, would you not coming in the King's name?
So real quick,
if King David sent me to go tell Nabal something,
you got
I'm not going to say I come in King David's name.
All right, beautiful. So tell me this: if I give glory to the Most High God in the name of Yahweh, how do you break that down? Like, what is the?
You're giving the glory. Look up the definition of the word praise. Look up the definition of the word glory. Okay, you're giving the glory of the Most High. Most High made the earth alone. The Most High told you nobody sits at his right hand. You guys say that he sits at the right hand. You guys give him glory. You guys say that he was present when he made the world. You guys say all these things. The Torah and Tanakh says that's a lie. The Torah and Tanakh says that if you invoke a name of another God, you're giving the glory of to another. So when you sit there and say all praises, and the only reason why y'all say that is because Yahsua said, anything that you ask in my name, you shall receive. That is the deceit of the New Testament. The Most High said, I am alone. The Shema even proves it, which is a law that you're supposed to say. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elakanu Hashem Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one, not a duality, not a trinity. Okay? He's alone there. He's alone in Isaiah 43:11. He's alone all throughout there. That's two witnesses, so the matter is established. Okay?
No doubt. All right, so we're gonna actually start this up, man. All right, if you could keep your answers like really short, sweet, and concise, so we don't go over. All right, wake me up in.
Are we going to Daniel 9 or what?
No. Wake me up in 8 minutes. Okay, because we already went over. All right, here we go. So I want you to break this down for me real quick, bro. Numbers 24 and 17. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. When was David called the star out of Jacob?
Are you asking me a question and I can talk back now, or are you
correct?
Go through? Okay, all right. So the David is that star out of Jacob. When Numbers, the verses you're saying was spoken of, David was not born yet. It was a couple of hundred years before David was born, right? That was the Moses and them coming out of Egypt, right? A couple of hundred years before David was born.
Okay, book, chapter, verse. When was he called the star out of Jacob? I need those witnesses.
There's nowhere where he was called where it says David is this star.
That's fair.
There's nowhere where it said now. What it does say is David is my servant. David is the king that I have chosen.
Did it say Jacob is my servant in Isaiah?
It says David is my servant. David is the one I have chosen.
Okay. I'm not going to go off into anything like that, but you just said that you can't find a verse that confirms that he's the star of Jacob.
You said also it says a star and a scepter. What does a scepter represent? A scepter represents a kingship,
rulership, right? Yeah, but I said
okay,
star of Jacob. I said star of Jacob. Could you confirm that?
That's not the whole entire verse. You cannot take half of it.
Brother, real quick. I'm going to get into the whole verse, brother. Let me get through it, okay?
You just asked me a question to break it down, though, brother. I said, and then you coming in, and you jumping into it.
I know I'm jumping into it because you already said you don't know where in the Bible it says he's the star of Jacob. No, I didn't say I don't know. I said there's nowhere where it says that David was the star, where it says David is the star in those exact words. All right, that's fine.
But in that verse that you're referencing, it says everything. It says that a star out of Jacob and a scepter.
Brother, I got it right here. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to let you break it down. Let me keep on going, brother.
Go ahead and read it.
And a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. I want you to let me know, book, chapter, verse.
First and foremost, in the English grammar, what does the word "and" mean?
And
when you "and,"
that's a conjunction.
Okay, so what is that? What is "and" conjunction? What is it conjunction? Is it conjunction the star and the scepter, or is it conjunction just the star?
Real quick, brother, I just asked you.
Answer the question. You asked me to rebuttal.
No, book, chapter, verse. Stick to it, brother. Don't try to get into an English class. No, brother, I want book, chapter, verse. I don't have to go into an English class just to do something.
You have to go into an English class.
No, because I can show you exactly where the star of Jacob comes from. But you can't show me where it pertains to David. So I'm waiting for you.
A star and a scepter. A star and a scepter. Those two things, right? Two things, a star and a scepter, right?
Brother, I didn't even ask you about that. I'm asking where he smited the corners of Moab and destroyed the children of Sheth. When did that?
All right, so 2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 2. 2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 2. I told you this. I gave this to you the other day. You said
give it to me again. Pause. Give it to me again. Go ahead.
All right, 2 Samuel chapter 8, verse 2. And we're going to read from verse 1. And after this, it came to pass that David smote the Philistines and subdued them. And David took Methacamah and out of the hand of the Philistines. And David smote Moab. David smote who? Moab. Show me when Jesus smote Moab. Show me when Yahweh smote Moab. He smote Moab and measured them with a line, casting them down to the ground. Even with 2 lines measured, he measured to put to death, and with 1 full line to keep a line, right? Now, that's David smiting Moab.
Yes,
right? Let's go to 2 Samuel 8, verses 14. Go on down to verse 14. David smited Edom, and he put garrisons in Edom. Throughout all Edom put he garrisons. All they of Edom became David's servants. In order to become somebody's servant, you got to subdue them, right? So they became David's servants, and the Lord preserved David wherever he went. Let's go to Psalms. Let's go to 2 Samuel. Let's see it. Let's read it. Stay in there. And let me see here. That's David smiting Moab. That's David smiting Edom. I had Psalms. Let me see here. Psalm 60 and 1. Let me see what that is. Because that might not even be one. Oh, yeah. Psalm 61. To the chief musician upon Shoshadana, Mechatam, and David, to teach when he strove with whatever that name is, and with Arizobah, when Joab returned and smote of Edom in the valley of Saul.
What verse you at? Where you at?
Psalms chapter 60, verse 1.
60 and 1?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Psalms chapter 60, verse 1. Psalms.
I'm looking at Psalms right here. Can you see my screen?
Chapter 60.
Chapter 60.
Yeah. Okay, so can you see my screen? Let me show you my screen.
Yeah, go ahead.
And see, they took it out of your book, brother. So hold on just a second. Let me see how to share the screen real quick. Here. Do you use eSword?
Okay, pardon me. Okay, I got my Bible app right here. I see what you're talking about.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Psalm 60 and 1, David smote Edom. That's two witnesses, brother. Deuteronomy 19 and 15. Two witnesses for my matter be established. My matter is established.
But hold on, real quick. You got it. I got 2 minutes, all right? So you went into Edom and Moab, the children of Sheth. You and me both know that we went over that during that little conversation we had. I want to know.
Explain to me who the children of Seth are.
Say again?
Explain to the people who the children of Seth are.
Beautiful. The children of Sheth, I'll go into, let me go to 24 and 17. The children of Sheth are the children that came out of Shem, Ham, and Japheth. You can see that
so that means that
all the nations on the earth, nations.
So if he's going to smite the children of Seth, would that include Israel too?
No, Israel, because in the next verse it says, out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. So no, it doesn't include Israel.
So Israel is not a child of Seth?
Israel is a child of Sheth, but that's not pertaining to Israel.
You said all. What does the word all mean?
All inclusive. Okay, that's fair. What about everyone outside of Israel? When did that happen? That's what I want to know.
When it says the sons of Seth, it just means that.
Okay, including Israel. Is that okay with you? Show me where he killed the children of Sheth. Real quick, you said this is pertaining to King David. I want to know when he smited the children of Sheth.
The children of Seth, Moab is the children of Seth. Edom is the children of Seth. The Philistines are the children of Seth. Everybody that David warred against was the children of Seth because everybody comes from Seth, right?
Beautiful. All right, no doubt. We're going to go into one more.
So you have no rebuttal on that?
I don't agree with that at all because the children of Sheth, all the nations. You have no rebuttal. So what?
You have no
the children rebuttal. Because the verse is very plain. The nation of Israel is completely juxtaposed to the children of Sheth right there. So if you don't agree, that's okay.
The verse is very plain. You're right. The verses are very
plain.
Yes,
Israel is juxtaposed from the children of Sheth.
Israel comes from the children of Seth. You're putting your interpolation. It does not say that.
No, I don't have to do that because the next verse says out of Jacob.
Show me where it says. Show me where it separates them at. Then show me where it separates Israel.
It says it right there. The next verse, verse 19. Man, you got it, man.
Nah, brother, don't do the regarded. Show it to me. Show it to me. Show me where it separates.
Are you looking at?
Are you looking at? Means the children of Seth. It means all the children of Seth because it says all. It doesn't say some. It doesn't say the portion. That's the game you want to play. So that means he's gonna smite Israel too. So you show me where he separates too.
I got you, no doubt. I'll show you where he separated them. Okay, where are we at here? Amos, the 9th chapter, and the 10th verse. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So those are the children of Sheth pertaining to the Israelites that are going to get killed. Okay, there you go.
It doesn't mention that. It doesn't mention Sheth. It doesn't say that I separate the people of Sheth. It doesn't say any of that.
Hold up. You just said. See, you keep on trying to run all over the place. You just confirmed that the Israelites are the children.
I'm using the logic that y'all using towards me.
Okay,
slow down. You asked me to show you a verse by King David where it says King David is that star. Okay, so now I'm asking you to show me a verse where it says word for word that he's just opposing Israel out of the children of Seth.
Okay, good. I'll read it again.
And it needs to say that I am separating you from the children of Seth, like you wanted me to show you where it says King David is that star.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I got you. Let me go here. Go to. Bear with me just a moment. I got you. We're at Deuteronomy 33 and 27. The eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms, and he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Israel shall then dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. So there you go. That's the nation of Israel being in safety alone.
That's not it, Rob. That's not it. You said that he shall smite all the children of Seth. Now show me where he separates Israel from the children of Seth.
I just showed you in Amos the 9th chapter. It said all the children.
It does not say that
Okay.
I separate you from the children of Seth, even though you were born from Seth. I need something like that. Like you were looking for it where it says King David is the star. Literally says that. That's what you were looking for. I'm literally looking for the exact same thing that you asked for me.
Okay.
I'm looking for you to say, well, I wanted to say I separate you from the children of Seth, even though you come from Seth.
I'm going to read this real quick, and I want you to break this down for me, since this is pertaining to King David, okay? Because you're on the hot seat right now. This is the cross-examination round for you, not me. You can ask me when it's your turn. You understand that, brother? Do you understand that? I hope you do. Okay, for sure. Look at this. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies. And Israel shall do valiantly. Okay, do you see that one, brother? Edom's going to be a possession. Who's possessing Edom? Break that down for me. You said what?
I just read that to you.
Who's possessing Edom? That says the children of Israel, David put garrisons on the Edomites. Where does it say that? Like, I'm trying to figure this one out, man. I'm trying to figure this one out.
All right. Hold on just a second. Hold on.
No doubt.
Oh, man. You know what's funny? You say that because it says David put garrisons. In order to put a garrison, can Russia come over to the United States and put a garrison right now without smiting them?
They could try to do that.
Huh?
They could try, but I'm just looking for the verse, bro.
I gave you the verses, but let me see if I can find one where it says exactly that David subdued the Edomites. So hold on just a second.
No. I'm asking. That's crazy.
I know what you're asking me. I'm trying to find it in my notes.
No, I'm asking you, how do you break down that the Israelites are going to be possessing the Edomites, and then you try to conjoin the nation of Israel into the children of Sheth? I'm trying to get you to explain that to me. I'm a little bit confused.
Say that again. You're trying to get me to explain it again?
Yeah, explain how the children of Sheth are also pertaining to the nation of Israel whenever the Israelites are going to be, they're going to be possessing the Edomites. Can you break that down for me?
Easily.
Yeah, sure.
All the nations of the world comes from Sheth, right?
Yeah,
Okay, then. So if it says it's going to smite all the children of Smith, it would make sense that Israel is included in the children of Seth. You cannot change that, right? Can you change DNA? Can you change blood? Okay, so Israel comes from Seth, regardless of what you say or what you not, correct?
Say again?
Correct. Israel comes from Seth, right? So do it make sense that when he says that he's going to smite all the children of Seth, that he's going to smite every last nation that came from Seth? Being that Israel came from Seth too?
Pertaining to Amos, the 9th chapter, absolutely.
All right, you got it. Amos, the 9th chapter.
All right, for sure. Well, yeah, I mean, shoot, I'll just read it again real quick. And you let me know if this is not going to happen, okay?
All right.
Okay. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom. Again, no. That they may possess the remnant of Edom, and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh that doeth this. You see that one, brother, okay?
All right, hold on, just say, yep, I see that. So do you know who John Hyrcanus is?
John Hyrcanus, I'm not familiar.
John Hyrcanus was doing he's a Maccabean ruler during the Maccabean times.
Okay.
Do you know what he did to Edom?
No, break it down to me.
He subdued Edom, and he forced him to convert to our faith of Abraham.
Real quick, you almost had a point, but it says here, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins and I will build it as in the days of old. That's pertaining to the northern and southern kingdom, not
Exactly.
just Judah.
It sure is. It sure is. I didn't say there was Judah. I didn't say that. I didn't even say anything to the source. I agree with you. It pertains to the northern and southern kingdom, the whole house of Israel.
Okay.
Now, so since you said that David didn't do that then.
Are you trying to say this brother did it now? Are you switching up now?
No, I'm not switching up. Let me finish.
Go ahead. You got it.
Now, David smote Edom. David smote Moab, right? Now, that verse in Amos, yeah, the tabernacle of David is going to be raised up. It is. Is he going to smite the remnant? Is there a remnant of Edom? Yes, there is a remnant of Edom, even to this day. But there's still going to be King David. And I'm going to tell you why. We're going to go to Psalms. I gave you 2 verses where he said that David said he was going to be raised up.
Well, real quick. We've done overkill on this one verse, okay? Now,
no, but you can't let me finish so I can try to show you. Stop interrupting me so I can show you, brother.
We've gone into this verse for 10 minutes.
You don't agree. Go ahead. You got the floor. Go ahead and say what you want to say.
For sure, man. I just got one more verse that I wanted to ask you about because you went into half of the verse. So what we got here? Where is it? Psalms. Okay, there we go. All right. Psalm 22 and 16, man. For dogs have compassed me, the assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. I may tell all my bones. They look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. Could you go into verses specifically Psalm 22 and 17 and 18 and break that down for me?
Psalms 22, 17, and 18. That is King David writing about when King Saul was trying to kill him and pursue him. We're going to go into that. Go to Psalms 59 and 6. You will see that the word is dog. That is all allegory. You guys take that literal, but it's allegory. Psalms 59 and 6. They return at evening. They make a noise like a dog. Like a what? Like a dog. Make a noise like a dog.
Wait, brother, 17, not 16.
Did you not read verses 16 and 17?
I asked you 17 and 18 specifically.
17 and 18. Okay, let's see here. That's 17 and 18. 22, 17, 18. I may tell all my bones, they look and stare upon me. They part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. Again, King David. And we're going to go into it. Hold on just a second.
You got it.
All right. Now, let me go. I got to go on my notes and find it because, and I appreciate you guys for bringing this up. Y'all making me dig deep in my notes.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Deep in my notes. So hold on just a second. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Let's go to 1 Samuel.
1 Samuel.
Chapter 19.
19, okay.
Verse 11.
I'm right here.
Saul also sent messengers unto David's house to watch him and to slay him in the morning. And Michal, David's wife, told him, saying, if thou save not thy life tonight, tomorrow thou shalt be killed. So when David said that dogs surround me, they parted my vesture, he's looking at the father of his friend, the father of his wife, his father-in-law, trying to kill him. It ain't Jesus, bro. It ain't Yahsua.
Bro, you like, it says here, verse, that's fair. That's fine, I guess. I don't know how that explains 17, but it says in 18.
It's allegory for the, okay, so I gave you verse 59 and 6, showing you that dogs are used in allegorical form, right? Now I'm showing you why he showed that the dogs were surrounded, because he said dogs were encompassed surrounding him, right? So did I not show you that Saul sent messengers that lay and watch David's house at nighttime? Right? Did they not lay in wait for David at nighttime?
Yeah, you showed that.
Kill him in the morning time? Okay, then. Those are the dogs that are encompassing David.
You keep on talking about dogs in verse 16. Brother, I asked you about 17. I may tell all my bones, they look and stare upon me. Verse 18, they part my garments among them and cast lots upon my vesture. Could you speak to that one?
Okay, they part my garment. They part my garments, brother. That's allegory still.
You saying allegory? Anybody can say allegory, brother. I mean, come on, man.
Well, I've already proved that your so-called prophecies of Christ, not him, from Psalms 110 and 1 to really? Ezekiel 40. Yes, I did.
Brother, we got to.
So Psalms 110, I did not prove that King Solomon said that his father David, that the Most High told his father David
no.
that he would.
No, not even close. Not even close.
So 1 Kings 5 and 3, when he says that, don't you know that my father could not build a house until all his enemies became under his foot?
No, you didn't do that because
you're saying that doesn't prove Psalms 110 and 1.
No, not even close, man. If you go to Psalm 110,
you have nothing to talk about because you're being dishonest.
Dishonest. If you go to Psalm 110, who is the Lord at the beginning? Again, I just want to ask you.
I gave the Lord is King David. That's not King David.
The first Lord there is King David. Is that what you're saying?
The first Lord is the Most High. The second Lord is King David.
Okay, so the second Lord is King David.
The Most High told the King David, sit at my right hand while I make your enemies my footstool. 1 Kings 5 and 3, Solomon told you, do you not know that the Lord told my father, you cannot build a house until I make the enemies under your foot? But you say that right there is not suffice for Psalms 110.
No, not even close. Because King David, you would have to prove somewhere in the scriptures in which King David
I proved that King David wrote songs. I proved that he set up singers. That King David did not sing. I proved that he wrote singers. I gave you the freaking verse.
Hold up. Let me pull this up real quick. I got you.
So when it says that David appointed singers, right? Huh? And the singers Haman and Asaph and all of them was appointed to sing the songs. So when it says that right there, you still can't get the connect that it was them singing about their Lord.
Because it'll tell you whenever there's a psalm or a writing of somebody else.
David, a psalm of David.
Exactly.
A psalm to David. David wrote all the psalms, bro, except for a few of them.
Okay, well it says
he only didn't write a few of them.
So it's a psalm of David here. Okay, so King David is writing in the third person right here. That's what you're saying?
He wrote in the third person.
Okay.
Like he wrote through the third person throughout that. Like, why is that hard for y'all to understand?
I ain't gonna lie, that's a stretch, man. But
it's not a stretch. Any scholar says that, bro. Any
scholar will say that.
Say what?
Say that Psalm 110 is pertaining to King David.
They will say that it was written in the third person.
They'll say it's pertaining to King David.
Yes.
Okay, for sure.
Yes, it's pertaining to King David. The scriptures, like that's why I put it. That's why I put it in the chat for the people to go read it themselves. We don't have to tell the people; they can go read it themselves. I'm gonna read it again. 1 Kings 5 and 3. This is why I'm saying you're being dishonest. If we're both gonna be honest here, when he says right here, "Thou knowest how that David, my father, could not build a house unto the name of the Lord his God for the wars which were about him on every side, until the Lord put them under the soles of his feet." His enemies are not, so it's telling you right there, the Lord put David's enemies under the soles of his foot, making them David's footstool.
Okay, I understand where you're getting that. I understand where you're getting that understanding from. That right there does not compute. Okay.
Then it doesn't. Listen. If it doesn't compute for you, That's not my problem because it computes for everybody else. Even the people I converted today from New Testament to Old Testament, they saw that right there and they was like, "Why are y'all lying, saying that Psalms 110 is about that?" When he says right there, and then they looked up the definition of footstool. They all kinds of stuff. If I laid down before you and you put your feet on top of me, you're resting your feet on me. The definition of a footstool is to rest your feet on top of. But you telling me this is a stretch. Why? Because you having a hard time believing that it's not about Yahsua, because you're indoctrinated.
No doubt. Yeah, we went into this a little bit longer than what I wanted to, but there is quite literally, like, I'm just trying to figure out this here. It's,
Well, before I go, I'm gonna break down Daniel 9 for you because you asked about Daniel 9.
Please,
you said it was trash, this and that, and I'm gonna go ahead and do Daniel 9.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Now, Daniel 9, okay. You guys say that it's 490 years, right? Is that what you agree with? 490 years there?
Absolutely, correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to show you that you guys are erroneous and you're teaching lies.
Oh, cool.
Now, the first thing about it was the whole prophecy was about what? Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah 25 and what? I think it's 25 verse 9.
Daniel, the 9th chapter, pertaining to Jeremiah 25 and what again?
But he's praying and asking about Jeremiah, about the prophecy of Jeremiah, the 21st chapter, right? Because
wait, which one? Okay. Jeremiah 25 or 21?
No, 25.
25. What verse?
I think it is. Hold on. 25, 9 through 12. Oh shit! I didn't gave away my damn what's the name? I meant 29. 25 is the dagger, all right? But 25 and 12 proves that the 70 years, the 70 years that you have to take away 70 years from the 490, and then you go to Ezra 1 and 1. Ezra tells you that the word was fulfilled by Jeremiah the prophet. Jeremiah 25 verse 12. And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, saith the Lord. For their iniquity in the land of the Chaldeans, I will make it perpetual desolations. Jeremiah, the 29th chapter. All right? Now, Jeremiah 29 and 10. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, after 70 years be accomplished, I will visit you and perform my good work towards you in causing you to return to this place. Now, you go to Daniel, right? Oh, my bad. You go to Ezra, the 1st chapter, and verse 1. Now, in the 1st year of King Cyrus of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah, the prophet, might be fulfilled. So you got to take away 70 years from that, buddy. It ain't 490. It's 420.
Oh, good.
70 years was fulfilled. The Most High said he would do it. The Most High said after 70 years, he would cause Israel to return. Now, Daniel started praying because why? The Nebuchadnezzar and them descendants fell to Darius the Mede. Darius the Mede reigned for 11 months before he fell to Cyrus the Persian. What is the prophecy in Jeremiah says? That after 70 years, he would punish the king of Babylon, destroy Babylon and the nations round about, and cause Israel to return. So Daniel is sitting here saying, Babylon king has been destroyed. Nations have been around, but yet we're still here. Why are we still here? That is when the angel Gabriel was sent to Daniel to explain Leviticus 26 about 7 times 70. Because of Leviticus 26, what does it say? And if when I punish you, you still do not repent, I will punish you 7 times more. Okay? So that is why that's what Gabriel made Daniel to understand. Okay. Now, when you go that's far as with the 70 weeks.
Wait, real quick, brother. This is the hot seat, okay? Cross-examination. So, what are your questions?
No, brother, you wanted me to break down.
No. I said I wanted to go into your Daniel 9, the breakdown, but I did. Right. But no, brother, I don't want you to break down Daniel 9 and go and redo your 40-minute video, brother.
Brother, what are your questions? You said my video breakdown was bad. You said this and that. What are your questions that I have about Daniel 9? That's why I said I need to rebuttal you.
Go ahead. Now I'm going to ask you about a few points in your video.
Ask your questions, and I will rebuttal.
Beautiful. So just to confirm, you said that the Messiah pertaining to Daniel the 9th chapter is Zerubbabel. Do you still hold on to that?
So the Messiah, and that the Messiah, the Prince, the top of the where it says Messiah, the Prince,
Yeah.
in Daniel 9:26, it was Zerubbabel, brother.
So hold up. Okay, so obviously this is not the
Zerubbabel.
Messiah to come. So
no, because in the original Hebrew text, it does not say Messiah at all. It says to a anointed one. It doesn't say the anointed one. It says a anointed one. And I suggest you and anybody else listening to do your due diligent research in that.
All right, beautiful. So you said how many years is it? Because in the video you said 70 years. So I want to know how many
70 years. Okay, for 70 years, they will be called to return back to Israel.
Oh, real quick, just to confirm, this 70 weeks, I'll just read it real quick. Daniel 9:24. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people and upon thy holy city to finish the transgression and to make an an end of sins and to make reconciliation for iniquity and to bring in everlasting righteousness. And
again, the Ezra and Joshua, son of Jehozadak, and Zerubbabel, did they not make atonement for sins and rededicate the temple? Did they not restore everything? Because see, what you fail to realize.
Real quick, brother. I'm about to finish reading real quick and then I'll ask you.
Because in verse 27, it also says
you can't answer me. What if I didn't finish asking you something?
I'm trying to finish answering your first question.
I didn't ask you a question yet. I'm just going into this real quick so I can confirm.
You asked if Zerubbabel was a Messiah.
And you said he is a Messiah. I heard your answer.
No, I did not say he was a Messiah.
You said he's an anointed. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
All right.
And then now I'm trying to go into it and break down the rest of it because also in that verse it says they shall build the wall in troublous times. Does it not?
That's another question that I have to ask you about because you got that. That's okay. Good, beautiful. All right. So I'm going to finish this, and you let me know if this all occurred. 70 weeks are determined upon thy people. You see that 70 weeks is 70 years. Is that right? Or 420?
I see that as 70 years times 7 for the iniquity of sin that kept on going on in Babylon. They didn't return in Babylon, so it got multiplied times 7. 70 times 7 is 490.
70 times 7 is 490.
The initial punishment prophecy from Jeremiah was only 70 years. That was the initial punishment. The Most High said after 70 years, he would cause them to return. Did he not say that?
Real quick, I'm going to ask you again, because you just accused me of understanding this to be 490 years. What is this 70 weeks here?
The 70 weeks, again, the 70 weeks was the initial punishment that the Most High told through Jeremiah.
What say you? This 70 weeks, what is it?
Again, I'm trying to tell you. I mean, I don't know. What are you looking for? A specific answer or something?
Yes, a specific answer. That's all I'm asking you for. I understand this to be 490 years. What say you?
70 weeks, the first 70 weeks, bro, is not 490 years.
And verse 24, it's not 70 years?
The first 70 years is actually 70 years. It only became 490 years because of the Leviticus 26, and then he times it by 7 because they did not repent in Babylon.
All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna read this real quick.
No. Let's get it. Because,
please
you don't
do.
Be getting it.
I'm trying to figure out where that even fits into this prophecy here. 70 weeks are determined. You got it.
All right, hold on just a second.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
All right. Leviticus 26 and 18. And if ye will not for this all hearken unto me, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. That is where y'all are getting the 490. Because the initial one was 70 weeks. I showed you that in Jeremiah 25 and 12. And it shall come to pass after 70 years. Notice it doesn't say 70 weeks, right? It says 70 years, right? That was the initial punishment. The initial punishment was we supposed to be punished for 70 years. But it became 490 because we kept multiplying sin in Babylon. Now, Ezra 1 and 1 says that after the 70 years, it was fulfilled when they came back out of Babylon. The 70-year prophecy in Jeremiah 25 and 12 and Jeremiah 29 and 10. Now in the Ezra 1 and 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled. So what was he talking about? What was Ezra? What word out of the mouth of Jeremiah was fulfilled that Ezra was talking about? Was it 490 years, or was it Jeremiah 25 and 10 and Jeremiah 25 and 12?
All right. Yeah, you got it, brother. All right, you got it.
No,
But
I would like an answer. I want your answer. I don't want to you got it. I want your answer. You telling me that I'm wrong, but the scripture is telling
yeah,
you
because
that
I'm going into Daniel 9. I'm not going into Jeremiah. You understand that? So I'm going to ask you about verse 25, and you tell me what this means. Tell me what this means.
Are you not understanding that Daniel 9 is centered around Jeremiah 25 and 29?
You're conflating. I don't agree.
No, you're conflating. Okay, let's go to Daniel 9 then. Let's go to Daniel 9 and read the
Daniel
whole 9
and 25, not the entire thing.
We're going to start off from the beginning so you can understand that the reason why.
Beginning of what?
Daniel 9. So you can understand
why. The most. Hey, look, we're going into the 70 weeks prophecy, okay? I don't know why you keep on trying to go all over the place, man. We want to go right.
I'm not going all over the place. You're not understanding. Let me hear me out for a second. Daniel, I'm in Daniel 9, Daniel the 9th chapter, right? Okay. Open up Daniel 9. Just open up Daniel. Just follow me. Open up Daniel 9.
I'm right here.
All right. What does verse 2 say? In the first year of the reign of Daniel, first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by the books the number of years whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet. But yeah, you keep talking about you're all over the place. No, you don't have no understanding that Daniel 9 is centered around Jeremiah 25 and 29.
All right. That's perfect.
Do you agree that Daniel 9 is centered around Jeremiah 25 and 29? Now, since Daniel 9 and 2 says it, or are you going to disagree with that?
I would like to understand verse 25 and see how that.
I would like you to answer that right.
You
cannot understand verse 25 and 26 if you don't understand verse 9 and 2.
So you said Jeremiah 25 and 2? Or Jeremiah?
No, Daniel 9 and 2.
No, pertaining to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 25 and 12 and 29 and 10.
And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, saith Yahweh, for their iniquity, and the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolations. Let me see here. Go to Jeremiah 29 and 10. For thus saith Yahweh, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you in causing you to return to this place.
Now read Ezra 1 and 1.
Okay. Ezra, hold up. That's what I got to ask you about. So we're going to go right to Daniel, the 25th chapter.
Before you do, read Ezra 1 and 1 first.
No, I know what you're getting into because I watched the video. All right?
Okay, go ahead. All right, you did. Go ahead.
So look. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem. So let's go to Ezra 1 and 1 real quick. I'll go to Ezra 1 and 1 now.
Right.
Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of Yahweh by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, Yahweh stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and put it also in writing, saying, Thus saith Cyrus, king of Persia, Yahweh, God of heaven, hath given me all the kingdoms of the earth, and he hath charged me to build him an house at Jerusalem, which is Judah. A house.
Did they not do that?
They did that. That's correct. Let's go to Daniel 25.
Also,
wait, stop real quick.
Said,
real quick. Let's go to Daniel 25 again. All right.
Go ahead.
So again,
but you're overlooking the part in Ezra 1 and 1 where he said that the word of the prophet might be fulfilled, and you're overlooking in Jeremiah 29 and 10 where the Most High said, "I will accomplish."
No, I understand that, but that's why I say you're conflating, because it doesn't say. Let's look at this real quick, and then I'll go to Nehemiah. Okay.
He doesn't have to say that. He doesn't have to say that he was a house. The whole thing about it was in Jeremiah 29. The whole prophecy was about Babylon being destroyed and when they were going to return to the land.
Well, real quick, there's two completely separate accounts of building here. Okay. Not in Daniel. That's what I'm saying.
It's in Ezra and Nehemiah.
Okay, there we go. So those are like 100 years apart. So it's not the same situation. So we're gonna go here.
It's
100 years apart. Ain't no, it's still, brother.
Prove it's 100 years apart.
Okay, don't worry, because whenever I watched your video, I proved it was 100 years apart. So let me look at this.
Who was
Now,
100 years apart?
I got
Oh,
you.
wait.
Don't go worry. I'm going to read this real quick. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem, does it say the house there?
Did they go build Jerusalem?
Or did it say the house there pertaining
Did they
to
build
Ezra?
Jerusalem?
And
Did they build-
Ezra, did they build
Did
Jerusalem?
Ezra build, okay, so I guess I got to pull the verse out where Ezra didn't build Jerusalem.
Oh yeah, bring it out, please.
Ezra, the 3rd chapter, verses 7 through 13. Let me get those pulled up real quick. They gave money unto the masons and to the carpenters and to meat and to drink and oil unto them of Zidon and to them of Tyre to bring cedar trees from Lebanon and to the sea of Joppa according to the grant that they had of King Cyrus, king of Persia.
Oh, sorry, real quick.
Right?
I don't mean to cut you off, but real quick, what verse we at? Ezra 7 and what?
Ezra 3, 7 through 13,
3 and 7.
Nehemiah 2, 11 and 12. Now, you see, you say it's 100 years, but Nehemiah and Ezra lived in the same time. So how can that be 100 years difference?
Don't worry, I'm gonna show you. Okay, here we go. Well, okay, here, let me read it real quick. They gave money also unto the masons and to the carpenters, and meat and drink and oil unto them of Zidon and to them of Tyre, to bring cedar trees in Lebanon to the sea of Joppa, according to the grant that they had of Cyrus, king of Persia. And now in the 2nd year of their coming unto the house of God at Jerusalem, and the 2nd month. This is still pertaining to the house.
Brother, when you build the house, they're going to build the house and not build the walls up for the city at the same time?
All right, let me read this real quick.
Does that make sense to you?
Well, I mean, it didn't say that, so I'm gonna just read this real quick. So,
okay, well, you can go to Nehemiah. You can go to Nehemiah, the 2nd chapter, well, and see it in there. Them building up the walls and all kinds of stuff, man. So well, yeah, I guess
for sure. Here we go. So, where we at here? So again, Daniel 9 and 25. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem under the Messiah, so unto the Messiah, the prince shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks. The street, not the house, shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. So we're gonna go to Nehemiah, like you understand, 2 and 5. And I said unto the king, if it please the king, and if thy servant have found favor in thy sight, that thou wouldest send me unto Judah and to the city of unto my fathers' sepulchres, that I may build it. So this is pertaining to these cities. So these are 2 completely different accounts. So if we go to verse 4 and 17.
Again, did Nehemiah and Ezra live at the same time period? Yes or no?
Let me confirm real quick.
Yeah, confirm before you answer, because you swear it's 100 years and all sorts of kind of stuff. And if that is true, they should not have lived at the same time period.
Yep, that's correct. They lived the same.
Okay, then, so you are in error, sir.
Pertaining to what? I didn't say they didn't.
No, you said it was 100. You said it was 2 different time periods. It was 100-year difference. So how's the 100-year difference between Nehemiah and Ezra? When Nehemiah said the walls were built, Ezra's book, he said that the temple was built. Nehemiah said that the city was built. Again, you in error. Verse 26, 25 fulfilled, brother.
Okay. Matter of fact, you got it. You're correct. But as it pertains to the temple.
Repent, sir. Repent. Drop that idol, Yahweh Shai. I've destroyed y'all.
Oh, you ain't destroyed nothing.
I have destroyed this debate, brother. I have destroyed this debate. This whole entire time, brother, you were saying you've got it. You have said this other type of stuff. I have proved everything with 2 or 3 witnesses. You
didn't prove anything. Hold on, real quick. Don't run off. Don't flee, okay?
Bro, I'm not fleeing.
Well, don't flee. Then don't leave, brother, okay? Because
We're on the same time. We're on the same time zone. We're an hour and 30 minutes apart from each other.
Yeah.
I do have to go to work at 5 in the morning. It is 11.
Wow. Okay, bro. Bro, I gotta go to work in the morning
but
too.
I'm not fleeing. I'm not fleeing. I will be here as long as I can.
Beautiful. Okay.
So, go ahead.
All right, for sure. So just to confirm here, so you said Zerubbabel. So which one was the Messiah here? And Daniel the 9th chapter.
Zerubbabel, man.
Zerubbabel. Okay. So you said. So just to get a clear answer from you, real quick. The 70 weeks, or at least pertaining to the Messiah, or a Messiah, that's pertaining to Zerubbabel. How many weeks or years is that supposed to be?
How many weeks or years is it supposed to be?
Yeah.
Exactly what it says, man.
What does it say?
What it says. What does it say? You tell me. You read the verse. Read the verse and what it says.
It's supposed to be 483 years. That's what I understand. What say you?
Explain how you got that. Explain how you got 483 years.
Because the 70 weeks are pertaining to, if that you look at that word week there, a week can just be considered a heptad, okay? A week can be years or days. So I'm going to go straight to...
So which one is it in that verse? Is it years or days?
Every day for a year. So what we got here... So if we go right here to Zerubbabel, and
now also too, remember Zerubbabel wore the signet, right? He wore the signet ring, correct?
Now I remember exactly what you said. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So if it's 490 years, as I understand from the temple being built.
Remember, Ezra 1:1 said that the words of Jeremiah the prophet was fulfilled, right? So that means that Jeremiah said, after 70 years, I will accomplish this and bring you back to this land.
I'm actually getting off track. Hold on. Let me get back on track. Nehemiah 22 and 5 here. Okay. So, Nehemiah 2 and 5. Okay. So, if you look at the decree, where's the decree at? Here. This is Nehemiah 2 and 1. And it came to pass in the month of Nisan, in the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, that wine was before him, and I took up the wine and gave it unto the king. Now I had not been before time sad in his presence. Wherefore the king said unto me, Why is thy countenance sad, seeing thou art not sick? This is nothing else but sorrow of heart. Then I was very sore afraid, and said unto the king, Let the king live forever. Why should not my countenance be sad, when this city, the place of my father's sepulchres, lieth waste, and the gates thereof are consumed with fire? So this right here is a completely different situation. The city is to be built. That's what it says here. The street shall be built again, and the wall, even in troublous times, pertaining to verse 25.
They did that. They did that in troublous times. You forget the Samaritans who came to ask, hey, can we help build the temple in the city of Jerusalem?
But that's,
what did they tell them? No.
Okay.
And what did they do? They wrote the letter to who? They wrote a letter and they stopped the building of the temple, right? Those are the troublous times, brother.
For sure. Now, the troublous times are here in Nehemiah 4 and 18, okay? 17, pardon me. They which builded on the wall, and they that bear burdens, with those that laded every one with one of his hands, wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. For the builders, every one had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he...
So you cutting yourself.
This is troublous times in Nehemiah 2 and 18. This is not pertaining to the house. It's pertaining to the city. This is the city.
You cutting yourself. You don't see it. You don't see it. You cutting yourself. I'll be damned. You don't see you cutting yourself, brother.
This is
you cutting yourself. That's how. No,
go ahead.
That's how blind. That's how blind.
Real quick. Go ahead and explain it.
You just said they had a knife in one hand, right? And building bricks in another hand, right?
Yeah.
Right. Now read. Now let's go to. Hold on. Let me pull up Daniel 9.
Yeah.
Again, 26. Daniel 9, 26. And after 3 that's what you're saying.
25.
25. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment, we know King Cyrus did that, and Ezra did say that, right? To restore and build Jerusalem until anointed.
Real quick, we're going into two different things, brother. The commandment of building of the city is in Nehemiah 2 and 5. Okay.
So
not Ezra.
Right. And in Daniel, I'm in Daniel 9 and 25 is what I'm reading.
I understand that, but you
So
keep
what are
on
talking
saying
about? We're gonna go back. We already established Ezra and Nehemiah lived in the same time period.
so. The
So
building.
what happened? So what
What-
happened?
what-
What happened to Ezra? So what happened in Ezra? What Ezra is writing about? What Ezra is writing about? Nehemiah experienced. Nehemiah lived during that time.
That may
What
be the case,
Nehemiah is
but if
writing
you go
about,
to verse
Ezra experienced.
real quick, go to verse 1 of Nehemiah. Oh, sorry, go to chapter 2, verse 1 of Nehemiah.
And it came to pass in the month of Nisan, in the 12th year of Artaxerxes the king.
Hold, not the 12th year.
You said Nehemiah 2:1, right?
I said not the 12th year. Read that again.
Oh, the 20th year, my bad. In the 20th year of Artaxerxes the king, that wine was brought before him, and I took up the wine and gave it unto the king.
That's good. The 20th year of King Artaxerxes.
So what? How many years did King Cyrus rule, brother? He didn't rule long.
So
that's what I'm saying. He didn't rule
you have
that
to
long.
you have to look at the year that Artaxerxes actually ruled, so your timeline can actually make sense. All right.
But that's
so
what I'm trying to get you to understand.
The decree.
That whole entire timeline, when it comes to Daniel,
Go ahead. Yeah.
it moves fast. It's not a whole entire period like that. They get people confused in the scriptures. They'll say Cyrus to me. Well, Cyrus is just a name. Cyrus the Persian. Cyrus is just a title. That's why it has different Cyruses, but they don't tell you which is actually Cyrus in there. Same thing with Darius.
Right,
Darius is a title.
If that's the case, what year is this?
About Artaxerxes the king, it's a title.
That's cool. If that's the case, what year is this? What year is the 20th year of Artaxerxes?
I don't know. I didn't look it up.
You did look it up, brother. It's in your video.
I don't have it right. I don't have it right off the top of my head. You tell me.
It's 444 BCE. Okay.
444 BCE. What I put in my video was King Cyrus in 536 BCE. That's what I did not put Artaxerxes.
Okay, there you go. So as we can confirm here that, again, the city or the decree for the city is completely disparate from in Ezra. Okay, in Ezra it's pertaining to the house, not the city.
But yet they lived at the same time though. So they lived at the same time, but they didn't experience the same things, being they both was in Jerusalem. That makes sense to you?
It makes plenty of sense because again it says.
So you agree they lived at the same time, right?
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay, so they lived at the same time. Do you agree they both was in Jerusalem?
Correct. Absolutely.
So it makes sense to you that they experienced different things at the same time.
Wait. Say that again.
So it makes sense to you that Ezra and Nehemiah experienced different events, even though they lived at the same time period and lived in the same exact city of Jerusalem.
So what I would ask you to do is to confirm the actual year that the house.
I don't care about the year. I'm telling you what. I'm asking you what makes sense, because we know that the heathens use crafty counsel, right? Psalms 83, right? So again, you verified and agreed. So that those two prophets lived in the same years. That's like me and you. We live in the same time period right now, correct?
Yes.
We live in different cities though, right? So it could be possible for me and you to experience different events, correct?
That's correct.
But if I live in Dallas, if you lived in Dallas, would it be possible for us to experience a different event?
Correct.
Okay, then, so it doesn't make sense what you're saying.
What is this? Yo, so you would have to. I mean, shoot, these numbers simply aren't adding up. Okay, it says here very explicitly that the decree went out in 539 BCE.
Right. The decree went out, and that's when they went to go build the temple.
Yeah.
The first decree, right? So that means that the 70 years have been fulfilled. Now, what year did Babylon conquer Israel?
What year did Babylon conquer Israel?
Yeah. What year was the temple destroyed?
The temple was destroyed. The first temple was destroyed in that same, right about that same time period. Let me see here. That's 586 BC.
Now what's the math for? Do 586 minus 70 years.
Nobody's, again, understand this. Nobody's refuting that Jeremiah is correct.
You said my timeline.
I said you're conflating.
And you also said my timeline was wrong. So do
pertaining to
586
here's the 9th chapter.
do 586 minus 70, and then you tell the people the years that Nehemiah lived and the years that Ezra lived.
586 minus 70. I mean, I can do that in my head. That's 76. Oh, pardon me. That's 5. Hold on.
510.
Yeah, let me chill out. Hold on.
It's 510, huh?
586 minus
70. 510. 516.
586 minus 70. 516. Yep.
Now, tell me when Ezra, and Nehemiah lived. Give the exact dates.
He said when Ezra and Nehemiah lived?
Yep. Give me the dates that Ezra lived. Give me the dates Nehemiah lived.
What is this here? This was Artaxerxes, 465. You got to pull up your reference, man, because I'm not saying a specific date for whenever they were born.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Let me see. Let's see here.
480 BC.
Ezra, 480 to 440 BC. So they try to say Ezra was 40 years old. He only lived 40 years. They try to say. Right? Now, remember, 516, the first temple got destroyed, right? I mean, 516 is 70 years, right? Now, when did King Cyrus come to power?
Let's see here. (559 BC), obviously right before the, well, no, that's not right before. That's a little bit after Babylon shut down Jerusalem.
Exactly. Now, 70 years from there has been fulfilled because Ezra and Nehemiah went back to the land, and like Ezra said in verse 1 and 1, that the word of Jeremiah, verses 25 and 12, and 29 and 10 might be fulfilled. My breakdown of Daniel 9 is on point. Y'all's understanding of Daniel is incorrect.
I don't know about that, man. All right. So if that's the case,
you don't have to know, brother. The proof's in the pudding right there. That's why that's all you can say is I don't know about that.
Hey, no doubt. So, real quick, because we went into the 25th chapter. It says here. It says Zerubbabel. So, you're saying that this is 490 years. Is that correct?
No, I am saying that the prophecy of Jeremiah was only supposed to be for 70 years. And I am saying that the Most High said that after 70 years, he will perform his good work. The Most High is a man that he does not lie. So he did that when Ezra and Nehemiah and them came back and rebuilt the temple.
So it's only 70 years?
The 490 years was not fulfilled until the Maccabees came. Okay? That was the end of the 490 years. The Maccabees fulfilled that. The 3 weeks was the Maccabees dying and etc. Just like the video said. You need to rewatch the video because you're conflating what I said. You're not getting what I said in the video correct.
Okay. Yeah, that's pertaining to, okay. That number is off, man. I'm not going to lie.
No, I told you what I told you in the video, in the verse 27, when I said the 3 weeks is 7 years. How long did the Maccabees reign? The Maccabean kingdom was 7 years, was it not?
No.
Was it not?
See, it might have been 7 years, but understand this, brother. If you just look at the city, if you just look at the 20th year of Artaxerxes, it literally says 444 BCE.
That's what you hung up on. You hung up on Artaxerxes in 20th. You don't understand that crafty counsel was done to this book to confuse you and to trick you.
Okay, so that means that.
We just did the math. 70 years minus 580 is 516. We just looked up when Ezra lived. We looked up when Nehemiah lived. We verified they both lived during the same time. You are stuck and have a disconnect on Artaxerxes and in the 20th year. Maybe they got it wrong.
Okay, maybe that might be the case, bro. Matter of fact, you might have that one. Let me look here. Okay, for sure. If that's the case, because you on point, man. Break down this one last verse for me here in Daniel the 9th chapter, and if you want to keep on going, we can definitely keep on going, man.
Now this will be the last one because I got, like I said, I do IT and computers, bro. So I gotta open up my in a corporate office. I gotta be there at 5, like on the dot, man. I got people meeting me.
Well, I do IT too, man. So that's a good look, man.
But then you already know how it is, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that stuff is ugly, man. I feel it, bro. Well, let's look here. Here we go. So it says in verse 26, and after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself, and the people of the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. And he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And and for the overspreading of abominations he shall make it desolate. I understand in Maccabees, I believe first Maccabees, you had, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna say it. Just explain to me, because you said like 2 different things in your video about that. So
yeah, Antiochus Epiphanes made the sacrifices cease. You could, like you said, you can read that in the first Maccabees.
Okay, for sure. So whenever
3 weeks, 3 weeks equals 7 years. 7 years was how long that the Maccabeans ruled.
So
the Maccabean kingdom. Who died? Which Maccabees was great and died for no reason. And then after he died, the people of the prince came, because the prince is who? The prince in that text, in that context, is Alexander the Great. Like I like to call Alexander the Freak. Okay, so the people of the prince are the 4 Seleucids, right? The one who divided up the land, all kind. With Antiochus Epiphanes coming in and making it illegal to be a Jew, making it illegal to circumcise your children, making it illegal for you to offer on the sacrifices, and he even sacrificed pig on the holy altar, the abomination of desolation.
So real quick, how did he make the sacrifice to cease? Because in order to make the sacrifice to cease, they wouldn't have been able to continue in sacrifice.
Did you hear what I just said? What Antiochus Epiphanes did? You have
first. No, I read that, but they rededicated the temple.
Again, so Maccabees happened before or after Nehemiah and Ezra?
It happened after.
Okay, then so what are you talking about? They rededicated the temple. What
in Maccabees, they rededicated the temple after the sacrifice or the abomination of desolation was set on it. Is that correct?
Right. So that means sacrifices had to cease for them to rededicate it, right? It means that it had to be, sacrifices had to cease, and an abomination had to be in the temple for them to rededicate. Because rededicate means what? What does the word re mean?
Again, or bring back.
Okay, then. So that means in order to bring back, or again, that means it had to cease before, right?
Correct.
Okay, then. So again, he made the sacrifices to cease. Antiochus Epiphanes.
Okay, beautiful. When it says destroy the city and the sanctuary, so what does that mean? Because the sanctuary was
the people of the prince, the Romans, because Alexander the Greek was what? He was a Macedonian, right? Mm-hmm. The Macedonians are from where? The same area as the Romans. Who conquered the Macedonians?
Who conquered the
Macedonians?
The Macedonians.
Who assimilated them? The Romans conquered the
Romans. Okay, I see. All right. The Romans conquered the Greeks.
Who assimilated into Roman culture?
Israelites.
The Macedonians, because they got conquered.
Okay.
Therefore, the people of the prince, Alexander, the Macedonian freak.
So let me read this here real quick from Josephus, okay? Because this
Josephus was a lot. Josephus had a lot of things that be off. Some things he says is correct. Some things he says are off.
So are you trying to? So real quick. So are you saying it was Alexander the Great or Antiochus Epiphanes?
What I am saying is that it was Antiochus Epiphanes that made the sacrifices cease. The people of the prince are descendant of Alexander the Great. It is the Romans and the Greeks that mixed.
The people of the prince. Okay. Wait, say that one more time for me.
The people of the prince. Okay. It says, and the people of the prince, right?
The people of the prince. So that would be Antiochus Epiphanes.
A priest is a king, right?
Yes. So that'll be Antiochus Epiphanes. Is that correct?
What I am saying that it is the descendants of Alexander the Great.
Okay, for sure. So who?
And they mixed in the Macedonians, the Greeks, and the Romans mixed together and became one nation. So when the Maccabees invited the Romans into the land, that is the flood of the people of the prince destroying everything. Just because it's a prophecy, brother, and half of the prophecy might be fulfilled in this area, doesn't mean that all of the prophecy is going to be fulfilled at one time. So you had the sacrifices ceasing in Antiochus Epiphanes. Then a couple of 100 years later, the Romans coming in after being invited by the Maccabees and then flooding the city and destroying everything. But the Romans are still Greeks. Why? Because the Macedonians and Greeks and Romans mixed because the Romans conquered them.
Hold on. Okay. I'm not sure about that. I mean, we can go to Daniel the 7th chapter real quick.
That's history. So when you conquer and assimilate a people into your people, that you become one people, right?
So did the Assyrians become Babylonians?
Some of them did. They got conquered. Yeah, they assimilated into Babylonian culture.
Okay.
The only people that didn't assimilate when they got conquered was Israel, and some of Israel assimilated.
Okay, for sure. So if that's the case, then why is there like in Daniel the 7th chapter it says here, and I beheld lo.
Are we sticking to Daniel 9 or are we jumping around?
Because you're saying something that's like completely, that's wild, man. Like you're saying that
just because you haven't heard it before doesn't mean it is wild.
Well, it is wild because you're saying that these are the same people, but there's a complete distinction between these different beasts in Daniel the 7th chapter.
No distinction. History tells
There's
you
not
that
a
these
distinction.
History tells you that these people were conquered. That is history. Are you arguing with history?
I'm going with the Bible right here, and I'm trying to figure out why
the Bible is history, and history backs up the Bible.
And that's fair.
So again, are you going against history?
Nobody's saying it might be the word. So real quick, whenever you say they become the Greeks or become the Romans, what are you saying there? Just so I can confirm exactly what you're saying.
There was a war. Mm-hmm. I think it was 65 BCE or 190 something around that time. Between the children of Romulus and his brother, who later became the Romans, and the descendants of Alexander the Great, the Greeks. The Greeks lost that war. They lost to the Romans. The Romans became big and powerful, a big, powerful nation because of winning that war. So now Greek and Roman culture is assimilated. That's why historians call it the Greco-Roman culture. All one people. Look up Greco-Roman. They'll tell you it's Romans and Greeks. They assimilated into one culture. That's why it's called Greco-Roman. So when it says that the people of the prince came, Alexander being a Greek, okay, and him being dead for hundreds of years, and his people being assimilated into the Roman Empire, the Romans came and destroyed it. Antiochus Epiphanes was the beginning of that, the abomination of desolation, the people of the prince. This is why I say the English grammar, because in that verse, it has a semicolon, does it not?
Let me go to it again. Semicolon, verse, Messiah be cut off, not for himself, and the people of the prince. The semicolon is right, and the sanctuary, yeah.
And what does the semicolon denote?
Semicolon, remind me.
It's between two clauses, right? And a clause is a complete sentence, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that's two different sentences, but y'all conflated it to a word on a sentence.
Flood and unto...
This is why English grammar is imperative if you're going to use the English book.
Hold on a second. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, well, I'm going to study up on this Genesis, the 9th chapter, a little bit more. I do appreciate this understanding, man. In regards to the 70 weeks, I'm definitely going to do an in-depth study on this further, man. Hey, enter this up, man.
And you should, because the whole thing about when it comes to that, Daniel, it was all centered around Jeremiah's prophecy. You know what I'm saying? If Jeremiah didn't have that prophecy of 70 years, then Daniel 9 wouldn't exist, because Daniel, he was confused. He was like, okay, the king of Babylon fell, Darius the Mede took over. You said in Jeremiah's prophecy that you were going to punish Babylon, destroy the nations, and destroy the land of the Chaldeans. Well, that happened with Darius the Mede, and then happened again with Cyrus the Persian. But yet we're still here in Babylon. So what the fuck is up? That's really what Daniel was saying. That's why the angel Gabriel came down to explain to Daniel.
Wait, so what?
Say it again.
Wait, what did you say?
That's why the angel Gabriel came down to explain to Daniel. That's why it says that as I was still praying, the angel Gabriel came down and spoke with me. Because Daniel was confused. He was like, Jeremiah 25 says, after 70 years, you was going to punish Babylon and you was going to bring us back to the land. But 70 years is up and we still here. We didn't have the Babylonian king got deposed. Now it's King Darius. King Darius ruled for 11 months. He got deposed. Now it's King Cyrus. But we're still in Babylon. So was the prophecy of Jeremiah fake or is it true? So the Most High sent Gabriel to explain to Daniel the prophecy of Jeremiah 25 and Jeremiah 29.
Okay, for sure, man. For sure. Well, check this out, man. I'm about to pass out, man. I do appreciate you, bro. Okay?
All right. Shalom, man. And man, don't take this video down, man. I'm gonna try to record it, bro, so I can put it up on my what's name, man.
Yeah, I'm not taking this thing down, man. I got.
All right, man. And even though you a New Testament believer, I'm Old Testament, man. Like I say, you still a brother, man. I just want y'all to come out of the idolatry so we can go home. That's my whole thing. I want to go home. I don't want to be over here no more. You know what I'm saying? I want to go home. I want to be able to see my brothers and sisters and their children raised up without any type of threats. You see what I'm saying? But that's not going to happen until we as a nation come back to the Most High and the Most High alone as a nation. We can do it individually all we want to. It's not going to matter. We got to do it as a nation. So that is the only reason why I do what I do. The only reason why I make videos. The only reason why I do commit y'all New Testament believers, because I want to go home. And I understand that the Most High, he's hearing our prayers, but at the same time, he's like, they ain't together as a nation. You got half of them worshiping what I call an idol, the other half seeking after me. So until we come together as one, bro, we just might have that Leviticus 26 and 18, 7 times 72 on our asses too.
Yeah, man. That's fair, man. That's fair. I'll say this to cap it off, man. You can rebuttal if you need to, man. I'm up. Check this out, bro. I'm humble enough to say that I'm gonna have to go back and do some studying, okay? But what I'll definitely say is that for whatever reason, or if I were to find something that were to completely dissuade me, then who knows, man. But in regards to this, I'm gonna keep on believing in Yahsua, the one that actually died and was prophesied for the nation of Israel. And again, for whatever reason, there's something that just gets brought to light, because I've went through this like 3 or 4 times. Then I'll most definitely, I'll just have to go with what the Bible says, and there's no getting around it. But in regards to idolatry, I'm gonna just read something real quick in Luke the 16th chapter. Okay, because I'll be having to use this to cut Christians, and obviously I'm sure, I don't know who you came up under or who woke you up, but I'm sure whoever woke you up didn't tell you to break the law.
GLCC, the very first people that I came into. Like what happened with me, and I apologize for cutting you out too, but 12 years ago, GLCC, I came into GLCC. I was with GLCC for 6 months. I learned the language. When I learned the language, I started seeing different things. I asked questions they couldn't answer. That's not the place for me. So once you learn the language, and once you learn the grammatical syntax, the impels, the imperfect and perfect, you will see that the New Testament is idolatry. You will see that a lot of these things that are being said in the English are not what is being said in the Hebrew. And I apologize for cutting you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, man. You're good. So we'll read here Luke 16 and let me go ahead. I'll start at 29 real quick. Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses. This is Yahweh speaking. Abraham saith unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, Nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto them, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, keep on losing my page. If they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, the one rose from the dead. So Yahusha always went right back to the law and the prophets, just like Isaiah, the what is that, the 5th chapter, the 20th verse. All right, so this isn't anything new. All right, we don't. When it comes to, I understand people say that we worship Yahushua in regards to like we don't give sacrifice to Yahushua. All right, we don't give alms to Yahushua. We bow to him just like John would have bowed to the angel, or just like somebody would bow to King David, because we worship our king, and that's what we understand to be the king. However, again, I understand where there's somewhat of confusion or whatnot. I understand where there could be a disconnect. I would actually, you brought out some heat, man. I would ask you, do you even like watch any of these other camps or anything like that? Like GOCC is like off. We don't deal with them.
So what I watched no camps. To be honest with you, my teacher came from the Middle East. Okay, so my teacher came from the Middle East. He wasn't American. He was a Pakistani. Okay, and he used to be a Sunni Muslim. What happened was he found some ancient scrolls in his house. And from my understanding and what he told all the congregation and what some of the other morays in the congregation who had seen it, said that the scrolls showed his lineage of him being a Levite. Okay? So, with that being said, that's neither here nor there. I take the position that I don't speak against anything. I don't know if he's a Levite or not. He could be. I don't want to say that he's not a Levite and he actually be a Levite, and that would be counted as sin on me. Don't want to say that he is and that he's not be, it'd be counted as sin on me. So I just take the approach of, I see what he does. I saw all the increases everybody around him and involved with him would get. When I started following him, he started teaching me. I started getting increases. Everybody around me started getting increases. He brought out stuff that nobody else taught. So he anointed me. He anointed 10 other black brothers and told us to go out and teach our brothers and sisters the truth. So that's what we did. So I don't follow no camp. I learn the language. I pray and fast to the Most High. I pray 3 times a day like Daniel. I pray at the appointed times at sun up and at sundown, so the angels can take my petitions to the Most High to be heard. My petitions, 98% of the time, be heard. I don't have to wait long. Normally they happen within a day or 2, sometimes even 3, and that's that. As long as I do what he says, then the Most High watches over me and protects me. When I don't, the Most High sends something to show me that I'm in error and to show me that he's not happy with what I'm doing. And I'll give you an example of that.